Herat, there is one powerful woman. She works for the government and is the only female provincial prosecutor in the country. Nell is on her way to talk to Maria Bashir.
My question is, you're a woman, you work within the system. Do you feel it's a bit of a contradiction trying to do well for these women, but at the same time you're still part of this?
تمام اتباع افغانستان دارای حقوق مساوی هستند، اهم از زن و مرد. یعنی چیزی که ما در قانون داریم، زنها هم مطابق با مو قانون میتونن از مزایای از امتیازات از استفاده بکنن.
But in practice it's different. The women I've seen in Herat and the women I've seen in Kabul, they feel that they have no support legally.
که متاسفانه به اثر تعصبات که وجود داره، خرافاتی که وجود داره در کشور و مرد سالاری که وجود داره، نمیخواین که زنها از حقوقی که در اسلام برشان داده شده از او مستفید شوند، آگاه شوند، حتی زنها از حقوق خود خبر ندارن.
Since 2001, British troops have been in Afghanistan supporting the government Maria works for. Nell wants to understand just what impact they've had.
Our boys are kind of there, they're fighting presumably for your rights and your progress. Have you seen any change? Have you seen the troops make any impact on women's lives here?
یگانه خب در 5 سال 6 سال قبل که حکومت شروع کرد به کار، وعده هایم که برای زنها داده بود متاسفانه که به اونام هیچ وفا نکرد.
Maria's call for equality and rights for women makes her unpopular among some men. There are frequent attempts on her life, and last year an explosion maimed one of her bodyguards.
مثلا من به عنوان یک مادر یک دانه دختر دارم و ما این خطرات قبول کردیم، اینقدر کار میکنم بر زنها که در آینده دختر ما بتونه خوب زندگی کنه.
She's awesome, man. She's awesome. She's inspirational. Like,
yeah, she's so strong.
She's so strong. You fight for the right to be able to walk around the city every day. You are constantly being attacked and you're constantly pushing back.
But you have to believe because it's real. You have to change it. You know, it's real.
Nell's back in Kabul. It's nearly time for her to leave.
Being in Kabul right now is a breath of fresh air to me, and I never ever thought I would say that. Ever.
But there's one last thing she wants to do. Under the Taliban, girls found studying were threatened and beaten. Today in Afghanistan, girls are allowed to go to school.
What do you guys want to do in the future? شما چی میخواید بکنین در آینده؟
در آینده ما میخوایم یک دکتر شم.
شما؟
دکتر.
شما؟
دکتر.
الله شما؟
دکتر.
Everyone wants to be a doctor. Everyone wants to be a doctor. My mum has always said they can take everything away from you, but they can't take away your education. Growing up, I was able to take certain things for granted, like going to school. The fact that I had teachers and I could do art school and all of this, and I took that for granted.
Nell's on her way to a school on the outskirts of Kabul to meet the next generation of girls who are the country's future.
I had something like 2,000 kids go here, girls, and it's absolutely tiny.
نیلوفر جانی که دخترای افغانی است که در کابل تولد شده مگرم در از نزدیک با شما میبینیم و تبادل نظر میکنیم ببینیم که چی میشه.
How important is coming to school for you?
باز به خاطر ما بسیار کوشش میکنیم که درس بخوانیم، تحصیل کنیم تا بتوانیم که افغانستان وطن خود به مو قسمت هایی که دیگر کشورهای خارج.
I love that you all want to study to make this country better, but no one wants to study to make themselves better, get a decent job and kind of have a great life for themselves. Is that not one of your ambitions?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. وقتی که ما بر افغانستان خواندیم حتما ما بر افغانستان کار میکنیم، هم بر خودم و فامیل خودم و جامعه خود هم بر اقتصاد خود. یعنی تحصیل تو چیز است که با هر چیز کار می.
The girls are model students, but after class, they reveal to Nell that even now attending school isn't easy.
امی وقتی که ما مکتب میایم بسیار زندگی ما در خطر است.
اگه به حساب انفجار زیاد میشنه در مکتبا بیوشی شده و هر چیز امی خاطر فامیلای ما رضایت نداره که دختراش مکتب بروه.
اگر تخمینی بگوییم در یک ماه شاید 4 دفعه انتحاری در افغانستان شود، در خود کابل شود. You going to school is a risk to your life. That's what you're saying.
دختر در مکتب بم مانده بودن. متاسفانه دختر مامای ما یک پای خود از دست داد در بم. امی انفجار شد، بسیار زیاد دخترها چی مردن و دختر مامای ما پایش معیوب شد.
Each year, dozens of schools are attacked by extremist groups who are against girls becoming educated.
These girls put their lives on the line. They're the Taliban telling them, you go to school, we will kill you. We will target schools. And they do this, you know. I don't even want to... It's a slap in the face if I told them, oh, you know, in England, like, we all play truant and we don't really take education. Like, they would just laugh at me. Could you imagine that? Going to school, I'm wondering if you're going to get bombed or... No wonder there's security guards everywhere, you know? I feel the contrast so badly between how I lived and how these girls live. You know, everyone goes to school.
It's time for Nell to say goodbye to her family. She's invited her cousin Sarah for lunch.
I spoke to loads of girls. They'd run away from home, ran away from their husbands. They were being beaten black and blue. I came back to Kabul and I thought, now I know why you don't want to push too far, because when you push too far here, they'll kill you.
Yeah, that's too easy for a family to kill their daughter because of small fault.
You must have thought I'm such an idiot. You know, I come here and I'm like, do it like that, and oh, you're so backward.
Wear Western clothes.
Wear Western clothes.
Why are we wearing that under your skirt?
You're trying hard to win other battles. There are more important things than the stupid scarf.
Sarah knows just how free her life is in comparison to women in other parts of Afghanistan.
In villages, for example, and far from the cities, and far from Kabul, for example, in Helmand, that right now Taliban is ruling there. So even with burqa, the women cannot go out. They cannot talk with the male, or they don't have the right to say, I'm going to school. They're burning their schools and everything. So. Are you ever scared that it can go back to the way it was? Yes, of course. I'm afraid that sometimes they will just force me to sit at home and do not go anywhere. And if I just sit at home, so that will be horrible. What should I do? I'll be a sick person and then I'll die. I wish you had the same opportunities that I had. Yeah. Because you would take this country forward in 10 years, not 100. We never lose hope. We're hopeful. We can do something someday. One day. Inshallah.
For now, it's time to leave. The trip has made one thing clear.
Now, I can't live in Afghanistan. I can't be there. Because for me to do that is for me to close off my mind to everything I knew and everything I've grown to accept. I can't live like that. I think Sarah is a revolutionary. I think people like Neela are